Would you like to hear a joke? I am going to assume that you said yes. Why doesn't Excel respond to my texts? He prefers it when you column. Good. In this video, we will be making a weekly budget. We're going to be tracking our income for our house and all of our expenses, the things that we spend, to figure out how much money we have left to spend on, I don't know, whatever it is that kids these days buy. Tazos, I don't know, Tamagotchis. We will need a column to track all of the different income, the money coming in to our house, so we know how much money we have to spend. So let's call this column, I guess, income. That makes sense, doesn't it? Let's have a column called income source, I guess where the money is coming from. Maybe that's a good name. There we go. And, oh, I did that really fast. Click on the top cell, A1, this top left cell, A1. Type in, what was I going to call it? Income source. Press enter. And then notice that it's a bit too wide for the column. It kind of spills out over to the next cell. And if I were to go into the next cell, which is B1, amount, you'll note that this is called a cell, a cell, a cell. Each of these rectangles is called a cell, C-E-L-L. Then I can't read it because I've got too much text in here. I want it to be a little bit wider. So move your mouse between the A and the B, right there. The mouse will change a little bit, then click and drag. There we go. And then you'll be able to read the whole thing. Okay, so I've got my income source and the amount. So maybe I get income from, what might you do? Maybe you work for a business of some kind. Maybe you clean dishes for Breneri's restaurant. You can change the name of the restaurant. Maybe you have another job. I made it a little bit wider so that it can fit that. And let's put the amounts of money that we get from that. This is going to be a weekly budget. So the amount, I don't know how much you might get a week. Let's say $120 a week. Another income source that you might have is maybe you get money, maybe you get pocket money. Maybe you're lucky enough to get some pocket money for doing chores around the house, and the amount of pocket money that you might get, I don't know, maybe you get $10 a week. So we've got some sources of income, money coming in. But you probably are also spending money, aren't you? So let's have another section here where we can have our expenses. Expenses. I'll call this expense, and then this will be the amount. There we go. I'll make this a little bit wider so that it looks similar. Income source. So this is the money coming in, and this is the money going out, the money I'm spending. Well, maybe I like to spend money on fast food, which is not always great for you, for your diet, but maybe you do. I don't know, I do. Who amongst us is not guilty of that? The amount of money on fast food, maybe $5 a week. Okay, and another expense that you might have to spend money on Netflix. How much does Netflix cost a week? Maybe $7? I don't know. I'm out of touch. Okay, so we've got some income, we've got some expenses. It would be nice if it would add all this up for me, because even looking at it, I have to calculate in my head the total amount of money that I'm getting in. I have to do 120 plus the $10. If I had another income source, I would have to add that on and it would change it. It would be nice if I could just automatically calculate all of the numbers in the B column all added together. And to do that, I'm going to put the answer over in this section, and I'm going to have my total income. So I can know the total amount of money that I'm getting from everywhere. Maybe I'll make this a little bit wider. There we go. As an adult, you might get money from interest from a bank, maybe from shares, maybe you have an investment property and you're getting money from that. Lots of different options. So total income would be that I need to calculate the sum of all of the numbers here. Sum means adding up. To do that, I'm going to write a formula. To write a formula in Excel, you do the equal sign. That means Excel knows that this is going to do, it's going to be an automatically updated cell. It's going to calculate the answer for this cell. That's what a formula means. You can type the formula either in the cell here or up the top here. I always write it up the top because there is more room. So this is going to be the sum, S-U-M, bracket, of the whole B column. To do the whole B column, you can just click on the B there. This is a little bit in the way, isn't it? There we go. The B column. And this says sum B colon B. That means the entire B column, all of the numbers that are there. And then I will do end bracket. So the name of the formula here is sum. And the thing that I want to sum, the numbers I want to add together, are inside the brackets. Sum bracket, open bracket, all of the B column, close bracket. Now at the moment, it just says the formula because I'm editing it. But if I press enter, it will save the formula. Yay! And calculate it. And what is brilliant about this is if you get another source of income, maybe you have bank interest and you get $2 a week from bank interest, then that will go up. You might be wondering how I so quickly, bank interest, moved over to the right. I press tab. Tab will move to the right, but you don't have to know that. You can just click on another cell and type in the number. That's fine, and probably easier to remember. So I've got my total income. But how much money is going out? Am I spending too much money? Could I spend more money if I wanted to? Let's figure out the total amount of money that I'm spending each week. Total expenses. This number will need to add up all of the money that is going out. So all of these things here will need to get added together. You can see the answer should be, at the moment, $5 plus $7 is $12 a week. So I can click on here, equals, and I can do the same thing. Click on the letter E, and that will select the whole column. Oh, sorry, I forgot to say that it is SUM, sum of the E column, and then end bracket. And then press enter. So my total income is $132, and my total expenses is $12. Good. This is pretty good. It still doesn't really tell me how much money I have at the end of each week, does it? You can see that I've got more money coming in than I'm spending, but how much money do I have left over at the end of each week to put into savings or invest or spend? Well, I suppose that would be our disposable income. Maybe this is a bit more of an economics lesson than an Excel lesson. We're learning a little bit about money now, aren't we? Disposable income is the amount of money that you have left over to spend or save or do whatever you want with. So this one, I will need to do 132 take 12. Now there are a few ways you could do that are not great. One of them is in your head, 132 take 12, do the maths, carry the blah, is 120. And I could type 120 there. That's right, isn't it? $132 going in, but I spent $12, I have 120 left. But the problem is, whenever anything changes, maybe I am spending more money on fast food now, this cell does not update. It is wrong now. Okay, so that doesn't work. I can't just type in the answer because I want it to calculate the answer. I want it to automatically update. So I could try doing this, 132 take 21, and press enter. But I forgot the equal sign. So Excel doesn't know it's a formula. It doesn't know it needs to calculate this. It just thinks I want to write 132-21. It just thinks I want to write that in the cell. So let's click back in. And I'm going to click just before the 1 here and press equals. Now, the advantage of this is I don't have to do any subtraction or maths in my head. Excel will calculate the answer. But we still have the same problem if I change this back to $5, that it doesn't update. So what we'll do for the perfect solution, let's delete this whole formula. It's going to equal this cell here, which is I2. The column is I and the row is 2. So I2, you can click on I2 or you can type I2. They do the same thing. That's the money coming in. And then I want to subtract this one, which is I3, is this cell here. So I do the subtract and then click on this cell here. Or you can type I3. Now the formula says get the blue cell, which is I2, and subtract the red cell, which is 12, and press enter. Because this is a formula, whenever anything changes, maybe I'm spending $14 a week on fast food, the answer will change. See that? If I change it back, the answer automatically updates. Very, very cool. All right, we'll leave it here for now. In the next video, we're going to calculate how much money we'll get in a year or per day. And we're also going to make our budget much prettier. Ciao, see you next time.